Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button, way, and I appreciate all the support. What up? Salute to everybody. Happy Monday by the time y'all get this blog, man. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully the lighting, I know it's a little dark, you know what I'm saying? I got the lighting turned down a little bit. But we're going to talk about this Kyd Slade and Eazy situation because I feel like we are on the cusp of actually losing this battle, and it's disappointing. I want to address both of these two guys. I want to go over a couple things that's been said in interviews and in blogs, and just give my opinion, man, because I feel like there is a lot of ways to, there's many ways to skin a cat to kind of get to where you want to be, and I feel like both of these guys, in my opinion, do benefit from this battle. But if I'm being real, Kyd Slade benefits the most, and I feel like he doesn't need to be in a situation where he does not get this battle. So let me play. So obviously they've been back and forth, Eazy and Slade. They've been doing little blogs or whatever. I see Slade kind of was disappointed about Eazy mentioning some of the negotiations in his blog and how him and Slade are like way far apart on the negotiations and all this kind of stuff, to the point where this is pretty much what he said.
And we still talking to out. This why niggas be recording you when you talking. Oh, fucking bozo, my nigga. Why are you discussing business with niggas, bro? Like dead ass, my nigga. You blowing my high. I'm high as shit right now. I got some good ass weed. I just smoked a spliff. I know every time you get on a platform, entering the negotiation, we're like, yo, I think the league owner might be willing to pay this. I'm entering with my number. I don't give a fuck. I want what I want. That's where we start at. And then we start negotiating. Then we start talking about shit. If you can't meet my number, we start negotiating other shit. There's other things that go on with that event that I can get my hands on and where I can get my money. These are negotiations. These are negotiations that we're supposed to have. I came in with my number. Y'all niggas already knew y'all wasn't gonna be able to meet that number. We knew that. That's why you come in with that number, so you niggas don't get beaten around the don't work. And me asking, yo, what's your number? Get that light on, man. What the fuck? Yo, what's your number? What's your number? We don't gotta go through that. I told you my number. You start the negotiations. Now, moving past that. Nigga, the negotiations have gotten back to me. Y'all at a number where y'all nowhere near my number. And we still talking about it. It's even other sponsors calling in and why don't you just shut the fuck that shit happened? Nigga, we not even 2 weeks into the negotiations and you spilling it. This is why niggas be putting...
All right. So Slade is upset about Eazy putting negotiations out there. Slade, I like Slade a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been a heavy advocate for Slade. I feel like he could have been one of battle rap's next superstars. I do feel like he's still on a trajectory to where he could be. You know what I'm saying? We had basically Twerk and Mike P, that was that class or whatever. Then we kind of had the next wave of stars. I mean, Eazy was a star that came in through the URL situation with the tournament and stuff. Swamp was someone that came in and became a star. And it hasn't been anybody. There's been Eunices and all these, but until these guys learn how to turn up on their promo and get fans to rally behind them to where they can get the battles that they want, then they're not going to be able to be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Or even a real ticket seller. They'll be good battlers. Like I think Eunice could be a good battler. I think Capo and them could be a good battler. But to have someone that can put it all together, that can give you a little bit of everything you need with the promotion as well as the bars, Slade was definitely one of those guys. So I have been a big advocate for that. But Slade, I'm going to be real, bro. You really don't have any leverage in this negotiations, if I'm being honest. Granted, you are part of one of the biggest battles that people want to see. I think if you look at Surf and you look at Mook, you look at Rock and you look at Eazy, you look at Surf and you look at Eazy, they even had y'all over Hitman and Lux. So you are up there in terms of top 5 battles people want to see. Now, out of everybody I named, despite being a top 5 battle, you're not a top 5 paid person. You're not Surf, you're not Eazy, you're not Hitman, you're not Lux, you're not Mook, you're not none of these guys. You have been battling ever since you and Tay-Rock ran into y'all issue where Tay-Rock was basically trying to bring out paperwork on you. You have basically, and I know this from talking to P, you've basically been hidden in app-only cards. URL did not want to put you on a pay-per-view card because they didn't want to deal with like rats in the chat, cheese in the chat, all that kind of stuff. So they were kind of like, we need to rebrand Kyd Slade, put him on app only cards. You battled Cortez on the app. You battled Shotgun Suge on the app. You battled New Jersey Twerk on the app. These are three very, very big battlers in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Very, very. You even battled T-Top on the app, if I'm not mistaken. You battled very, very. These are big names in the culture. So URL has given you big names. Like I said, Shotgun Suge, Cortez, T-Top, people like that, Twerk. But none of these were pay-per-view cards. You weren't on Summer Madness. You wasn't on Gnome. You wasn't on stuff like that. You were on app-only cards. So if you're on an app-only card, that means you're not paid a lot of money. They don't pay a lot of money for app-only cards. People battling on the app for $3,500 and $4,000 and stuff like that. People are not getting paid a lot of money to battle on the app. So with you being on an app-only card, that's kind of been where your budget has been. Then you run into this Eazy situation where it's one of the biggest battles in battle rap. However, you don't have a lot of leverage if you're trying to battle on the trenches. And it seemed like from dealing with Eazy, this battle is maybe for Trenches Anniversary or dealing with the trenches. So if you don't have, obviously Eazy can't go to where your home league is, which is URL right now. And you got to go to trenches, but Eazy still has some, I guess, liabilities with that because you are still a URL artist for the most part. So he has to deal with whether or not URL can block you. That right there will make me not want to pay you no crazy amount of money because I don't even know if your ass going to do the battle. Like the URL might try to come in and do the 1-2. Now, I don't think that would happen, but push come to shove, it's not like it hasn't happened before. So Eazy has to think about that. But I do think if you were booked on the trenches, I do think you would do the battle. But if I'm a league owner, I have to take all of that into consideration is that I'm battling a URL artist, a battler that URL books, and I got to deal with whether or not he actually is going to do the battle and we're the main event. So that comes into play also. You're battling on my league, which is the trenches, which means that we are the card. Me and you is basically the headliners. We're the card. And unless you got another platform for us to go to, which I don't really know right now because we don't know what's up with TBL and some of these other things, the best place for it to happen right now is the trenches, it seemed like, because I got my own league and you don't have your league. So with all that being said, I do feel like, granted, ask for what you want, but be reasonable. Battle rap is not in a position to be paying people crazy amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know really what kind of money you're worth for an Eazy to Block Captain battle, but I don't know. I think you would still be in the 4 digits if I'm being real. If you're battling Eazy on the trenches, I would think that you would still be in the 4 digits if I'm Eazy and I'm booking this battle. I got to make sure I can recoup. I got to make sure it's on the trenches, and I got to make sure the liability. So I'm still thinking that you probably in the 4 digits. You know what I'm saying? And that can range, if you 4 digits, it can range from 1,000 to 9,999 in that kind of range. If you're asking for more, like you want 20 bands, 30 bands, I don't know. I don't know what. Eazy got to gauge what kind of money he made with Av and how that works out. This would be a little bit bigger battle, but you still got to gauge all of that. That's just me thinking that. You know what I'm saying? And we see sometimes people have asked for a lot of money. Jay Mills will ask for a lot of money too. Some people take this wave and think they can just ask for a lot. But in my opinion, you don't need to get to a point where you do not do this battle, because the fastest way, and I have said this before, for you to become top tier is, one, you have to beat these guys. Now, you battle Twerk, and I don't have you winning that battle. You battle Swamp, and I don't have you winning that battle either. Those 2 battles I gave to Swamp and I gave to Twerk. So when you look at that, those are the 2 people that you're kind of competing with, because Twerk was one of URL's last stars. Then Swamp came and Eazy came, and then you. But when you battle Swamp and you battle Twerk, I don't have you winning. Now, everything isn't about wins and losses, and you still had great performances, and you still became one of those guys, and you still a good battler. But if you really want to become top tier, it's not really doing what URL is doing, because URL is slow dragging you to top tier. Some cards you're on, some cards you're not on. Some most pay-per-views you're not on, and app-only cards you are on. And that's not really going to get you to top tier. Like, because, I mean, you didn't battle Suge, T-Top, Swamp, Twerk. People still don't look at you as top tier, but look at what Eazy has brought you in terms of the attention that you and him have garnered. Your fastest way to top tier to get people to really be bought into who you are, there isn't one nigga you can battle on URL right now unless you battle in Surf that's going to be able to give you the kind of attention that Eazy will. And sometimes you can't put a price tag on that. So while you may want a higher price, the win is actually in securing the battle. And not only just the battle, but securing the W. Because if you go from URL and you go over to Trenches and you battle him in Philly or New York, because I know you in Connecticut, so y'all can meet in the middle of New York, and you battle in New York and y'all do the battle. And the culture is saying you beat Eazy. 3 Letterman is doing a recap, Caps, Piperboy, myself, Bada, the list goes on, Aceto, everybody's doing recaps saying you beat Eazy. You then take that energy back to URL, and that's how you become top tier. Your quickest way to becoming top tier is really beating Eazy. Now, there's a rumor mill that you could be on like one of the bigger cards, a Summer Madness or something like that, a Gnome. There's rumors of possibly you and Ill Will possibly battling somewhere down the road. Ill Will is a nice name. He's not easy to block captain though. The energy just isn't there. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Ill Will a lot, but Ill Will don't promo. He's not going to give you the same type of attention, or his promo lacks. I won't say he don't promo, but he's not going to promo to battle you probably. So you're not going to garner that same competition. And you could battle him on a known, but that even you and Ill Will or you and whoever on a Summer Madness or a Gnome, it will be a nice look. It won't be the same look as if you beat Eazy on Trenches. That's still the biggest look for you right now, unless you was to battle a Surf or maybe a Goods Return or something like that. If you was able to get one of them kind of battles, it might be different. But so don't lose the focus on what you need to do, which is this battle. This is your quickest way to top tier. And then once you get to top tier, then you can go back to URL, and that Ill Will money look different now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that should be more of your focus, is not getting to a point where you trick yourself out of the battle. And I know you don't like some of the things Eazy is doing, but unfortunately, Eazy got a little more leverage than you, a lot more leverage than you, honestly. Now, I know Eazy likes to run around like he don't need to battle. I think Eazy does need to battle. Honestly, I think this battle is actually big for him as well. There's a lot of people that feels like, actually, let me just play some of what Eazy said. Let me take this. Let me play some of what Eazy said.
Yesterday and 2 days ago, right, I had my team reach out to his team to see about what we booking the battle. This is before his corny ass blog he dropped, right? You know what I mean? And this is thank you to y'all in the culture. He should really be thanking the culture for that, because everybody know I don't gotta battle this nigga. I get nothing from battling this nigga. No, nothing. It's nothing that he can provide Eazy the block captain that I can get.
So I know Eazy, I like Eazy, man. I know we kind of have our little, a little back and forth from time to time. We talk a little ish, but I kind of like Eazy though. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like him as a battler. You do gain something from battling Kyd Slade. Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you was to go battle him and you was to 2-1 him or 30 him, it would be another nice look for you. And I do favor you in the battle. But one thing that people get on you about, you don't battle a lot of up-and-comers, and you don't battle people who they consider to be hungry. And when you battle K-Shine and you battle Calico and you battle Goods and you battle Verb, a lot of people felt like you battled people that was past their prime and people that wasn't hungry. I don't necessarily say that, but people were saying that you was cherry picking old niggas. That's why you want to battle Head Ice, and that's why you want to battle Shotgun Suge, and that's why you want to battle all the vets. Now, I know you were battling niggas that was on your top tier song, and battling niggas, if you want to be top tier, you got to battle top tier niggas. So I know what you were basically trying to do was battle top tier niggas. But at the same time, there was people at one point in time that Ace Amin was in your class. I know Ace Amin started running through issues, choking or whatever. Scratch that. You had like Real Sick, people like that would have been cool. You haven't battled a Chef Trez. You haven't battled other people that people might have felt like was on URL that might be to give you a little bit of trouble. Or people that was actually hungry. Now you did battle Danny Myers, you did battle T-Top, you did battle some people like that, and you did battle Swamp. So I will give you credit that Swamp was kind of like your new guy battle, but people don't feel like you really battle newer classes. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to battle some hungry guys and give them an opportunity and stuff like that. People that's really been putting in work and all this kind of stuff. So that has been a knock, but this is another chance for you to be like, I can go and battle Swamp, a new guy, number 3 on Cody for one of the years, a couple years ago, and then I can turn around and battle Slade. So here y'all go saying that, and now that I've slapped them 2 niggas around, I can go back and battle Arsenal, and these niggas ain't ready. So I do think you gain something, and I think it's a big battle, so I actually think it's good for the trenches, and it'll push the card, it'll push the other niggas that's on the card, whether it's King or Dre Majesty, whoever else that you got as an undercard. I still think it continues to solidify your lead, because I don't think you and Av was a good look. And this right here is another way to say, I can take Kyd Slade and turn this into a battle that the entire culture talks about, because I'm Eazy the Block Captain. It's easy to take a battle that everybody talks about when you're battling Geechee Gotti, Hitman, and top tiers. But no, I can take Slade, who URL can't even blow up, and I can blow him up on trenches. That right there, to me, adds to your legacy. It adds to who you are as a battler, and I think it's another checkpoint of who Eazy the Block Captain is. So to say that you don't really gain anything, no, you're not going to move up a tier, but you definitely gain something, in my opinion. Let me move up a little bit to this, where we at?
Website's your competitor.
Where we at? The 16-minute mark? Let me see.
I don't even gotta go in the comments. When I see the title of the blog, I know what the comments look like. That's how long and how much I be talked about all the time. But when a nigga is not used to being talked about, you know what I'm saying, like, this is what. So yeah, the internet, you know, y'all saying like, damn, bro, why you ain't say nothing to him? He called you a Rezzy. Why you ain't say nothing? So instead of just saying this is battle rap, when we get to the battle, I'ma address it. He goes on his whole gangster tandem shit.
About this Rizzy rat stuff, I feel like both of y'all are at fault for that, because Eazy, you was looking at your chat and your chat was telling you, why did you meet up with Slade? Because you called Slade a rat, so why would you do a face-off with him? And people was at Slade like, yo, Slade, he called you a rat, so why would you do a face-off? So y'all chats and y'all internets was talking about both of y'all. And both of y'all addressed it, but unfortunately, Eazy, you addressed it first by saying, well, shit, I called him a rat. He should have done something to me. And that's just going to prompt Slade to then want to say something. And like I said earlier, I don't think either one of you guys want to fight or want to have no problems. Y'all just want to have a battle, get to the money, and do all of that. I don't think any of you two are fighters, if I'm keeping it real. And that not being a fighter is not the same as being pussy. So I'm not saying that at all. I'm not a fighter either. What I am, I can defend myself, though. I'm not some weak-ass nigga that don't know how to fight and can't defend himself. To me, y'all will defend yourself. If a guy comes in y'all space, popping ish or whatever, you'll defend yourself. Fighters, to me, be looking for trouble sometimes. They be looking for stuff. Niggas step on their shoe in the club. They mean mugging trying to fight. Niggas go through the club, damn near spill a sip of Henny or whatever on his shirt, on his arm. He acting crazy. Those, to me, fighters are sometimes on edge and be looking for stuff. They find any little thing to tick them off. To me, Eazy and Slade are not like that. So neither one of you guys want to fight, and both of y'all was trying to literally defend the fact that y'all had this rat stance or whatever, and I think it was both of y'all hold some part in that. Let me see. Let me move up here.
I thought, so when I see the internet capping him up and he want to do that and start yelling at the shit, I'm just like, oh, I didn't even see this energy. Now that's part one of just me being me. Part two is this, right? Business wise, why would I want to book you for my trenches anniversary knowing, and I'm not saying this trying to be like tough or nothing, bro, my staff and niggas at the trenches that we built this shit from ground up, we not letting you fuck our event up. You will get packed up in that joint, bro. Just for nothing. Just because you wanna like prove to a bunch of niggas that you never could see before. We don't have no problems there. Why would I wanna take a risk of fucking my event up from the league owner and the owner in the draw of the card because you mad because you a risk, right? Part two is this. Then you want to make me feel like that you want to pick and choose because your last 20 battles, niggas called you a rat. And this is just 100% honest.
It doesn't matter if 20 battles ago niggas called him a rat. It's a lot different when you talk in an interview or when you talk outside of a battle. People can say all kind of stuff in a battle. People can talk about the case. People can talk about rat this. People can talk about how you beat up women or whatever. You got issues. They can do all kind of angles on both of y'all guys. It's a little bit different when someone just gets in a random interview and be like, yeah, I just don't like Eazy because he beat up Hurricane Dude, even though that may have never happened or whatever. For people to just put stuff on your name in an interview or say something about you in an interview or even in a blog, it's different and it holds a different kind of intent to it. If you say it in a battle, it's just gamesmanship. It's just battle stuff. People say all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal spent most of the entire, third round saying Mook sexually assaulted someone, and then after the battle shook the nigga hand and dapped him up in a Mook and Arsenal battle. So all this stuff is just WWE and don't mean nothing. Now, if Arsenal had did an interview, if he had sat down with M3S3 or sat down with 3 Letterman and was like, yeah, man, when Mook was in college, he had sexually assaulted someone and da-da-da. If he did that, it's a whole different kind of energy and vibe from Mook and Arsenal when you do that kind of interview. So don't ever take what's said in a battle as to be different from what's said in a blog or said in an interview privately. It's a little bit more intent and it holds way more meaning than just a battle rap bar that somebody said. So I don't see niggas going to Kyd Slade face and calling him a rat. I don't see niggas doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you saying it in a live or whatever, it's different. I don't really see nobody ever really talking about Slade in battle rap. So I just don't really look at it as the same. Hold on. Let me see.
Actually, I think y'all convinced this nigga he's good. So I may apologize for that. Y'all gotta stop doing that with people. You know what I mean? Like that, because niggas get a little bit of light. Now watch this. I'm about to stop talking about this nigga at all. Watch, and I'm telling y'all, watch this. Watch me just stop talking about him and watch how the energy just goes away.
So you said you was going to stop talking about him, and this was basically 5 days ago. You said you was going to start talking about him, but then you did another video 2 days ago talking about Slade. Are you going to accept the battle or no? So you want the battle too. You don't really want to not stop talk. You don't want to stop talking about Slade either. You want this battle also. You can battle Arsenal. You might can battle Big K if y'all can get the numbers right. You might can spin a block on Head Ice. Maybe if you want to battle him. There's some people you can battle. But right now, this is the energy. You actually don't need to skip this battle either. This is a good battle for you. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a good battle for you. But let me get to something you said in this. Hold on, because I do agree. So this is the blog where you talked about the business between you and Kyd Slade.
We wouldn't pass it to you. Like that's real rap though. It's not even really a troll thing for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like I did that because I knew he was about to crash out and all of that because I know that. Like I know them type of niggas. You know what I mean? As far as like that, but it was disrespectful in the negotiations. Now, he could call my manager corny, and just because I know his girl, I'm not gonna call her corny with, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm gonna let him get a pass with that one time, you know what I mean, as far as that. But no, you know what I mean, it was just on some, bro, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just not it. It's just not it. It's not early in negotiations. It's not none of that. Should be no negotiations. You're not nobody, bro. You know what I mean? You only get in this battle because I'm agreeing to give you the battle. Like, you don't get to negotiate with me. You know what I mean? There's no negotiations at all. It's like, yo, you're a low tier, mid tier battle rapper who's about to battle a top tier person. You know what I'm saying? And you get the opportunity to show your skills. I think that's 100% facts for everybody, right?
All right, first off, you always get to negotiate stuff. So, I mean, running around here saying you don't get to negotiate just because he's the lower battler, there's negotiations. I mean, even Muwap and Tex was trying to negotiate, and you could say that they don't really have no negotiating power because you put them on. But everybody is going to negotiate. So, I know you're trying to be slick with the words by saying he realized this is a big battle for him. Now, he don't have as much negotiating power as he thinks. I will give you that. But there ain't nothing wrong with him negotiating. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
I think we all agree to that, right?
Let's see what's going on after this commercial.
Do the business. So niggas couldn't complain about me. But my partner, the thing about my partner in business, he know how I think too, and he know what's up. He behind the numbers, and he know what's up. So literally, he answered for me before he even told me what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen when he told me what's going on, I'm like, oh, all right, yo, you did what you were supposed to do. I didn't need to tell him because, y'all, I'm not saying that people not supposed to know their worth or supposed to go with their worth. But what he is requesting and what him and his management is requesting is egregious, bro. It's to the point that he never been paid that ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And it's just like, it doesn't make no sense for battle rap, period. And it wouldn't make no sense for the trenches. It just wouldn't make no sense. It just wouldn't make no sense. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's not the fact. I ain't gonna lie. Besides, listen, Arsenal is requesting a nice check, right? But me and Arsenal had a real conversation, right? And Arsenal like, yo, I know battle rap not where it's at, but I need close to X, Y, and Z. The fact that you and a nigga like Arsenal could have that type of conversation is like, we both top tier niggas. We both know where the game is at, but we want to make it worth it for both of us to make sure we get in the ring. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so for a nigga like that never even seen the type of bread that Arsenal seen, is just like, what the fuck would we be even entertaining you for?
Now, I do agree with Eazy on this part. Slade, I gotta be real. If URL has never paid you, and URL is your home league, and they have more money than Eazy got, if they never paid you the kind of money that you're asking to battle Eazy for, then you got to consider that maybe the money that you're asking to battle Eazy the Block Captain on Trenches, which is a battle rapper league, which is normally not as financially easy to make happen as a regular league is. But if URL, like, let's just say you want 20 bands to battle Eazy, but you can't go to URL and get 20 bands to battle nobody over there. And clearly, if you've been battling on app-only cards, they haven't paid you 20 bands. But what my point is that if your home league is not investing that kind of bread, and then the Trenches where we got to try to sell pay-per-views and Eazy, it's a lot on Eazy to make this battle happen. Even though you and him, you would be coming to his league and doing a battle, it's still a lot. Eazy got to sell a lot of this card. He got to do a lot of promo. He got to book the undercard. He got to hope the undercard is promoting. He has to do everything. He has to put it on Gutter City. He has to sell tickets. He got to hire the cameraman, get the venue. All you're really doing is showing up. It is a lot more on Eazy to put this battle together as the league owner as well. And like I said, I'm not saying you should not get what you worth. I don't really know what you're asking for. I don't know. Maybe it's been put out there and I just haven't heard the audio yet. But I think it should be reasonable. And I think at the end of the day, the goal should be to beat Eazy. It really shouldn't be, because even if you get in a blog and you say, well, URL is offering me this and they're trying to put me on Summer Madness and they're trying to put me on Gnome and they're trying to do all that, there is a big case that you could say that one of the reasons they're doing that is also because of Eazy. Because maybe the energy that you and Eazy has had in the last month has allowed URL to realize what a draw you are. And based on you being that draw, they can take the energy from your Eazy promo and pour it into a Gnome card, which then would still be URL stripping some of their promo off of Eazy. And if people tune in a little bit more to who Kyd Slade is, it could be because of your Eazy promo. You got to think about all of that. So even if URL is coming at you, offering you more bread now and all, it still could be because of Eazy, bro. So I think you got to just think about that. Think about all of that. And like I said, it's more than one way to skin a cat. Your goal should be to get to top tier and to get the respect from the fans and to get to that upper echelon where people are always asking about you. You could become one of the battlers that is always being booked, where people is like always trying to book you. Like you could be like on your Rum Nitty shit when it come to URL. Because right now when URL do an event, they go to Rock, they go to Rum. Those two people are constantly battling. If I'm you right now, this is what I would do if I'm you. I would figure out how I can take New Jersey Twerk's spot. That should be your goal. That should be your side goal behind battling Eazy. Because right now, URL is real iffy on Twerk. They don't really want to book him. They scared to put him on Gnome because people like Chris Unbias said he's killing the card if he's on there. All this kind of stuff. They scared to put him on certain cards and all this kind of stuff because he's just not good money right now. And he hasn't really had a battle where he's really been good. He hasn't really been on nothing. You know what I'm saying? A little compliment battle or whatever. He hasn't really shown that he's back. So URL is skeptical to book him. I mean, honestly, if I'm URL and I want to book Twerk, I'm bringing him out as a surprise battle. I'm not putting him on no card. I'm not putting him on no flyer for y'all to kill. He's going to be a surprise battle where he just pops up and he's the #1 battle on the card and y'all are forced to like it because it was free. Y'all gonna look at it as free, like, oh, thought we was having 5 battles and we got 6, or we thought we was having 6 and we got 7. But in no way, no how am I putting Twerk on the flyer. If I'm URL, I can't do that right now. Twerk gotta show me at least 3 good rounds, and I ain't seen him. So if that's the case, he can't be on the card. So what your mindset needs to be, how can I become the New Jersey Twerk? Because that's the guy that everybody's been crazy over until Swamp came and until Eazy came. Really, it was Twerk. And he was their next gunner or their next superstar and all this kind of stuff like that. And he was the guy that every card they was trying to book. So right now, URL looks at Tay-Rock. They look at Rum Nitty as like 2 go-to guys. You could be that guy, that third street guy that URL is like always trying to book, where they feel like, damn, we need him on like, 4 or 5 app battles throughout the year, or 2, 3 app battles. Then we need him on Gnome and Summer Madness every year. You could be that, because they was trying to put Eunice in there, but you actually can kick Eunice out too, and you can be that guy. But maybe being that guy means you got to beat Eazy, take that energy from there back to URL. If I'm URL, I don't want to block the battle, bro. I need Kyd Slade to become top tier. I need him to beat Eazy and bring the energy back, because I need a star. And if I can't create a star, because URL ain't created no stars, but they did, Kyd Slade is a product of P. And one thing I can do is I can just say, okay, well, Slade can just beat Eazy and then he can become a star. Because if he beat Eazy, and let's just say he go and he beat Ill Will or somebody else on a Gnome or something matters, you'll be looking at him like, damn, this nigga is one of the best battlers this year. He had 2 battles in 2026 that was good as hell. Plus his online persona, his streaming, his blogs. Now you looking at him as he's one of them guys that we need to see. And now everybody's like, yo, they got Slade on the card. That's dope. That's dope. That's fire. So if I'm Slade, I gotta kick New Jersey Twerk out of his position. He's been holding that position of URL, trying to figure out a way to book him. Even when he's not great, they still want to book him. Why? Because they realize he's a ticket seller. Once you beat Eazy, you also become a ticket seller. And to me, there's no money in that, bro. I know you want the money, but there's money in actual that service of beating Eazy and going and your status rising. There's money in that. So whatever you do, no matter how this back and forth is cool. It's cool. This back and forth y'all doing, do not lose the battle, because you're not going to garner this attention on URL. It don't matter who they give you, because everybody they could give you ain't gonna battle you. The Surf ain't gonna battle you. Goods ain't gonna battle you. You're not gonna be able to get them kind of battles. And even if they gave you Rum Nitty, he don't promo, and it'll never still be this. Right now, you need this battle because this is your ticket to more money, a higher tier, and also just being more talked about, more in the whole quote unquote algorithm of being like you one of them guys. So you can say you one of them guys, but you're not currently being booked or paid like one of them guys yet. So to me, you gotta battle Eazy, bro. Don't lose the battle just trying to be on whatever. Sometimes everything don't need to be on the internet, and that price do need to be reasonable. I gotta keep it real with you, especially if I'm taking all the risks. And Eazy does take more risks in booking you on the trenches. So there is a risk in that. You know what I'm saying? If we just being real. So that's just my thoughts. Chris Unbias, holla at your boy.